Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a video featuring these Glossè gels that I got off a TikTok shop, and they're absolutely amazing. I love them. And I really love the top coat. You know, I go in on trying different brands of top coats, and I absolutely loved it. I already have the base done, and it's the same color base that I used on my other hand, which was the Nails Bling Supply. What color did I use? I used NB209, which has a shimmer to it. And let me turn my phone on silent so I don't hear the beeps. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this J matte top coat. I like to do matte top coat because when I'm doing Frenches or any kind of art, I just find it's so much easier for me to do art on top of it. My French line isn't sliding all over. I have done it on press-ons where I just buff out and do it, but when I do it on myself, for some reason it just doesn't turn out right, and I rather just do it on matte top coat. It just comes out better. And I did that on all my nails. I didn't show it all because it'd be repetitive, so I did a matte top coat. Words are hard. Matte top coat on all my nails, and then I'm going in with this color that I have my thumb over, but I do show all the colors. What is this color? I think this one is like a pretty baby pink. I loved this color. This one was the Angel Milk. And I got like the 6-piece color set. They got Angel Milk, Pink Sugar, Pretty Please, and I love their names. They're so cute. Pink Sparkle, Strawberry Milk, and then Hot Girl Pink. So yeah, I'm going in with this for French, and then I'm going to do another French on my ring finger as well. And I left that in so you could see. It's hard doing Frenches on yourself, especially where I have my camera set. I got a new phone, so like the recording will be better. Hold on, my clock went off on my old phone. It's a rooster. Anyways, I got a new camera, or I got a new phone, so the recording will be better, but I just waiting for my other recording setup to come through so that I could, have a different setup, because right now it's kind of like where my arms would be, so it's kind of hard like recording in that aspect. So hopefully you guys can't hear all those dings coming through. If so, I got to figure out how to turn it off, because I still turned my phone on silent, but I could hear them coming through. So I don't know if that is, I have to turn it off separately. So who knows? Anyways, there I go. I'm going to have the French done. And this polish is good because it's like not too thin, not too thick. And it doesn't like flood the cuticles. Later on in the video, you'll see that usually I'll go one hand at a time with like top coat and, cure it, then another finger, then cure it, another finger, and then cure it. But, towards the end, I'll show you, I do 2 fingers to see if it like floods my cuticle, and it didn't. And this one, it just works. I don't know. I just really like how this polish performs. It performs really well. So here I go with this finger. And this one I had trouble with just where the placement of my recording thingy is. Sorry if it's like blurry, because I'm still figuring the phone out, and I had to like record something to kind of see how it works, and I wanted to get a video up. So I mean, it works really well. I got the Samsung 24S Plus, and so I'm still working on it. It's so hard getting a new phone. You know how you guys have a phone for like a while, and you're like so good on that other phone, and when you switch to a new phone, you're like, what the hell am I doing? That's how I feel. I usually like painting Frenches with my liner brush, just because I think it comes out cleaner, and you're not using you're not using like too much polish. But I was like, because these are 1X nails, and I was like, I want to, get that on. I didn't want to have everybody sitting there forever. So I was like, let me get it on and let me see if it like floods up, minus me having a lot on the brush. It worked really well. It didn't do like what a lot of polishes do and just kind of float at the tip. You still have to, it's gel polish. You still have to like even it out and stuff. But I enjoy this gel polish, and their top coat is really, really good. So I really like it. If you want to check them out, they're on TikTok shop. And I think this was $35, $35.09 or something, and you get a base coat and top coat. You have to add the 6 gel polishes and then the base coat, top coat. If it's still on sale, you get it for that with the discount. So don't quote me, but it's on there, and I liked it. And so this one I'm going to do the ombre with, and this one's like an aurora kind of mermaid kind of feel to it. It's really pretty. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. And so I'm just going to ombre this up. I'm going to do 2 coats of this one. And it's really easy and really buildable. So, 2 coats was definitely enough. You didn't need any more of that because it's super pigmented, even though it's like see how 2 coats was super dark. I didn't need any more than 2 coats. It's really pretty. And with ombres, when you do your first ombre line, go a little bit above that and do the second ombre, and it comes out so cute. Like ombre it up a little further. That way it hides the first little line, and then you could go down a little further and it ends up in the same spot. It just works out well. And then here I'm showing you guys how I do my nail molds with the same colors. This one is the sheer color. I could have probably just did this without adding a top coat, but I like to add a top coat into it to thin out the polish one, because these are very pigmented polishes. And do that with any polish. Add a top coat, to your molds. And I like to mix it in there. Whatever color polish you want. And then you go ahead, put it in your mold. And then I flash cure my color in. And then what I do is I take my resin, and I get mine from Temu or AliExpress. It's like a mold resin. With that little pointed tip, and you fill up the rest of your mold, your nail mold or whatever you're using, with that clear, because you don't want to do the whole charm with this. I mean, you could, but you have to thin it out with the top coat. You know what I mean? You can't go in just with straight pigmented gel polish, because that's never going to cure. It's going to be squishy on the inside. So you could definitely do it this way and fill it up, but you'll have to cure it probably in layers. I've never tried to do that. I just do, the color part at the bottom, and then I fill the rest of it up with the clear mold resin, which you'll see here in a minute. So see, I cure the gel so it could stay in its place on the mold. And you don't want to bend the mold again, because then it'll want to pop out. So then I take my little resin right there, and this one's clear because you're just putting it on the top of it, and fill it in. And I don't put the resin on the little squiggly bow parts, because the gel polish that I put in there was just enough to hold it steady. And then when the charm comes out, I just pop it out and clean it up with my little nippers. Whatever gel polish kind of seeped over the edges is what you'll see. Kind of, it looks like a kind of like clear, you see what I'm saying? It's like a kind of scraggly at the end. You just nip it off with your nippers, tweezers, pull it off, whatever. It's just the gel polish that seeped over the edge that my cleanup brush didn't get. And then now I'm going to make another bow with like the darker pink. Again, mix in with top coat. I like top coat, not base coat, because base coat is sticky. And I use a no wipe top coat for this. So use something that's non-wipe and non-tacky and sticky. It'll work better. And so I do the same thing, put it in there, get it into the mold and all the crevices. That's why I bend it to see where it's at, and I keep flipping it over, because sometimes you'll miss a part, and it won't fill up, the color in like your bow area or wherever. I think I flip it over in a second where you could see that it's like not in its designated spot. See? And then you'll notice that the polish will slide around in the bows. That's the point of flash curing it. You get it where it's supposed to go, and then you flash cure it, and the gel polish will stay right where it needs to be. And then you can put your, your clear in it. But yeah, it's a silicone mold, so gel polish is, not gonna. It's not gonna move everywhere, but you just be quick with it and dry it up, and your gel color will stay right there, and then fill the rest up with clear. You don't need to use this silicone mold stuff. You could just use clear top coat, or you could also use base coat, because base coat's sticky and that could go right to your nail. Whatever works for you. I wouldn't use base coat for me unless you're going to go ahead and top coat the whole thing. And if you're going to put the charm on and it's already top coat, probably not use base coat, because then it's going to be sticky. That's just my preference. But I did top coat everything. So here I just went on and put a blossom gel or blooming gel, however you want to call it. And it's from Zenajay. I do like that product. I get those products off of Temu. They have them on Amazon. They have them on TikTok. They have them on AliExpress. I just find that they're a good, inexpensive product, and I still enjoy them quite a bit. I'll always enjoy that product. But yeah, I use their blooming gel, and you want to put a super thin layer of this, because all blooming gels are thin. Some could be thick, but it also could bulk up your nail. So you want to just put it on and wipe the sides, because it could definitely bulk it up pretty fast. There's that other bow that came out. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, just in a different kind of way. There's no any rhyme or rhythm that I'm doing this in. I'm just kind of doing whatever, kind of make it cohesive with my other hand, because I have both hands done. The other hand looks different from this hand, but they tie together in their own little way. So yeah, I just kind of plopping it on there, making a little cool design, doing whatever. A fun little spring design, if you will. It's supposed to be spring, but it's snowing like crazy over here in Colorado today. Yesterday was like 75, and today is like 30, snow and blizzarding out right now. So yeah, there goes that blooming gel. So I'm done with that. I'm going to mix in some more top coat with this hot pink or bright pink. And then I decided I wanted another bow, kind of like the one that has those little dangly things that I just made, but a smaller sized one. Well, not really smaller. It just is. It's like a double bow. They're really cute. And this is my favorite way to do these silicone molds. Do whatever color you want and then fill it up with a clear the rest of the way. I don't like to do color the whole entire way, just because it's not really needed, See, I missed a spot right there. Like that whole double layer bow. It was missing a whole chunk of gel polish right there. So you got to kind of stick in. You could use whatever for that. I'm using a silicone whatever tool that is, but I've seen girls use dotting tools, brushes, and then I just take a little rubbing alcohol on my brush and try to swipe off what's on the outside, because that's what, initially when you take it out, that's what you'll have to nip off with your nippers, because you'll see it when you take it out. And then cure it, and then I'll fill up the rest with, I don't do a full cure right there. I just cure it enough so the polish stays, then put the clear resin on it, or gel, or whatever you want to use. And then I put it in my lamp for a whole 90 seconds. And then I flip it over and I do another 60 seconds just to be safe, because nobody wants a charm that is squishy in the middle. So these gels are pretty pigmented, so even though I do thin them out with top coat, and I tested one too. Always test your gels. Like, even though I thinned it out, I still chopped one open to make sure, and it wasn't squishy on the inside. So, and then to adhere my charms, my favorite way to do it is this crazy top, no wipe. It's no wipe. So even if you do top coat your nails, you could adhere a charm with this and it won't stick. So this is my favorite way. And I go ahead and wipe the tacky layer off of my nails. And I like to just dunk my charms all the way in there, because usually with charms, you're going to have to go ahead and seal it anyways. And sometimes I do have to seal it either way, but most of the time, if you just dunk it in, it gets enough gel on there to where you could press it down and you're not having to seal it. You know how your charms get stuck in your hair and stuff like that? Yeah, it's because a corner of the charms are poking up or whatever. And I put this charm on crooked and it was too late, but that's all right. I rolled with it. Yeah, so like they laid down really flat, see? And then I go ahead and just hold it down right there with my other finger, and then I don't have to seal it because it laid down flat too. And I got this nail bow charm from Temu. All of my stuff pretty much I get from Temu and AliExpress for sure. I love them. So, and then I'm going to pop this one out, and this one is going to go on my ring finger. I just love these charms. I just bought another nail bow charm because they're just so cute. You know, I've seen those girls that will do however they do their charms in the molds, and then they like flip the mold on and like press it to their finger and then cure it. I wonder how they do it. Do they cure it kind of like I do it first and then fill it up with something, or put a sticky layer? I don't know how they do that. Like, I wonder. And it lays super flat to their finger. I can't catch a girl demonstrating how to do it, but I've seen them flip over the mold and do it, but I can't. So if any girls know how they're doing that, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. So yeah, I kind of just sorry, I'm out of focus, but I cure like the ribbons at the bottom first, and then I press down the other one. But see how this is like a double bow? They're so cute. And then that's my not polish light, and I like it because it's touch. Sometimes it'll just be chilling there, turning on. I think I just touch it on accident. And this is that bigger bow. It's like a bow that has a ribbon on the top and a ribbon at the bottom. So I kind of tilt this one to the side on my ombre nail, because in a minute then I'm going to put on some charms. So I like to press it down. And I didn't have to seal any of these charms. That's why I like just dunking it in there. It works so much easier for me, because I have long hair and the charms will get stuck in my hair, and it's a pain in the ass. So then I got these charms from Temu, and see, I like those little cases I put my charms in. You know what those are? Those are gum cases. When I'm done with a pack of gum, or my husband's done with a pack of gum, I make him give me the case. Yep, that's how I get those cases. I'm not going to buy them. I just use the gum cases. It's a nifty idea, because I've seen girls with those cases, and I'm sure you could buy them, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to buy them when I buy a pack of gum, and when we're done with gum, that's where my nail molds are going. So here I'm just going to put some dark pink charms and then a light pink charm, and kind of alternate, because they go like from really, really big to really, really small. And I didn't use the top row, but I used the light pink and dark pink on this. So yeah, I'm going to put charms on all these nails, and I will let you guys watch this whole entire video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will be back with another video, and I hope you guys like and subscribe. I get lost at the end of the video. Sorry, I was watching it. I'm like a baby child, a toddler. I was watching that charm be put on. It looked crooked. So, yeah, but I will let you guys watch the rest of this video, and I will be back with another video. Bye.